Hello everybody, this is section 11 of Beating Chronic Lyme. This section I'm going to be talking about the Rife machine. Now this presentation that I'm going to do here is actually taken off of another presentation that you can find on our website. So these slides look a little bit different as we go through them, so you can see they're a little bit different. But I'm going to cruise right through them. I'm not going to read the slides and bore you, and I'm not going to go through the exact same presentation that you can find on our website. But I do want you to know that we use a Rife in our office with all our patients that come to us with cancer or autoimmune Lyme. Matter of fact, you cannot be treated without using a Rife because I think it is a huge important piece. Now understand, it's a tool. Like any tool, you can buy an electric screw gun, and if you don't hold it correctly and charge it up and use it correctly, it's not going to do you any good. Same thing with a Rife machine. I am also aware that there are numerous Rife machines on the market that claim to be as close to the way Royal Raymond Rife made them as possible. However, I have used many of them, and I have still many of them in my possession, and I use only one with patients right now that they go home with and use on a regular basis, and I'll talk about that in a few minutes. My bottom line is I just want to know what works. So go on our website and you'll see this presentation about Rife. I mean, he won numerous awards. His biggest award was with his production of a microscope that he could see germs, he could see viruses in his microscope. Well, one of his philosophies was that he believed he found one major cause of cancer, which was a cancer virus. Well, this has since been found out to be true, that cancers can be caused by a cancer virus. Matter of fact, they've created them in laboratories to try to use them as germ warfare, but that's another story. And he won numerous awards. He was actually used by the University of Southern California School of Medicine, sent all their terminal cancer patients to him because of the other machine that he created, which was a Rife machine, which we know as a Rife machine today, but it was a frequency generator. It used light frequency, so it created photons through light frequency. It's able to, with an analog scale, dial in the specific frequencies that Rife thought would work to kill cancer cells, and that's what really gained him notoriety. And that's why the University of Southern California sent him their cancer patients. His frequency generator machine was basically noticed by multiple hospitals. Unfortunately, this was right at a time when the AMA was taken over by the pharmaceutical industry. And anybody that was not using pharmaceuticals to treat cancer was basically put out of business. That's very unfortunate. Here's an award ceremony that was in Rife's honor at the time for all the work that he did and the success that he was having. Unfortunately, he died a broken man. At the time when the AMA went through and basically shut down all the cancer clinics that were not using pharmaceuticals, many of those cancer clinics moved to Mexico. That's where we have the Mexico cancer clinics today. Max Gerson moved to Mexico. Hoxsey moved to Mexico. And they're the ones that developed the Mexico cancer clinics. Now, unfortunately, you go to the Gerson clinic in Mexico, all you get is Gerson. You go to the Hoxsey clinic, all you get is Hoxsey. I have a problem with that because not everybody fits into that round hole. Well, Rife, ironically, lived the closest to Mexico. He was from San Diego, but when his place got shut down and his microscope was destroyed by the powers that be at the time, he just gave up the ghost. He's just done with the fight. He lived his whole life and he saw his work discredited. He just gave up and he died a broken man. Very, very sad day. His work was lost for years, and until recently, just the last 30 years maybe, it was picked up again and used. Unfortunately, anybody desiring to truly help people that is willing to go against the medical pharmaceutical establishment is going to be criticized, ripped apart, torn apart, shot down, targeted, in every attempt made to shut them up. That has happened in our life. So that is why we practice under the Pastoral Medical Association, and we always ask for people's prayer because we believe the only way that we're open, our doors are open to be able to treat cancer in Lyme patients is because God keeps them open. So we ask that you just keep praying for us for our protection. Rife is used today is it's basically frequency medicine. It's in every major cancer book labels Rife. I talk about it a lot in my cancer book. And this is the Rife machine that we use. So we use the True Rife. This is a brand that's a little bit, we use a little updated version. I couldn't find a picture of the newest version, but this is the F117. Person uses this by their bedside at night. The picture in the middle is the only picture I can find of a little child sleeping with what's called the hammer tube. Picture on the far left side is somebody standing on it. It's called a hammer tube because you can literally hit it with the hammer and it's not going to break because the bulb is inside of a plastic tube, so it keeps it protected. It's meant to sleep with. It can sit on a stand like by that the picture with the lamp, but we have people typically just cuddle with it. Our cancer patients cuddle with it as close to the source of cancer as possible, though the light will go out about 6 to 8 feet, so you could put it between a couple people to get the results. The closer it is to you, the better results you're going to have. Comes with a computer and a program that we program specifically to that person. The biggest mistake that you can make with a Rife machine with Lyme disease is you could use too many kill programs and you can hurt a person quite badly with it. So you got to be very careful with it. So the programming is really touchy with a Lyme patient. All right, I hope you learned something, and I'll see you at the next section. And again, this presentation on the Rife goes into it in much more detail on our website if you want to look at it there. If you have any questions, give us a call.